Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Subramanian Maslamani. I am a Tamil. Today, my topic is who amongst us are the leaders? The answer is we are all leaders in our own natural way. In these modern days of total liberation of people and nations, three things dominate leadership: freedom, empowerment, and communication. Finally, we have come to the convergence of religion and politics. Both are one and the same. Today, right now, the mission of any leader is to find ways, means, and reasons as to why and how to unite people. If you unite people through negative traits such as racism, fanaticism, nationalism, and emotions, they will not last. But if we do unite them by allowing them to choose a system they like, we are likely to succeed. We need an open-ended system that will metamorphose to meet the current and changing psyche of the masses. Our mission at World Class Tamils is to help people to free themselves from the feudalistic mindset of dependence to one of independence through self-motivation, self-empowerment, self-encouragement, and to do whatever it takes to make their life better. This way, we Tamils are the first in the world to form a corporation of people who are free and at the same time belong without obligation to each other and anyone. The latest definition of a leader is a person who does not lead by directive but by divinity. Knowledge and wisdom are the strength of leadership, are elsewhere available to everyone via the World Wide Web. America leads and everyone complains. The definition of a leader has changed with time and the evolution of the human mind. Once upon a time, yes, we needed managers as leaders who manage people and treat them like things. Today, we had monitors, then we had mentors as leaders who train people to be leaders. They are basically people with education, experience, and emancipation. Today, leaders are people who empower people. What we, the once upon a time managers, do is to take people and tell them, you are your own guide. Here is the world. You are the master. Be the best you are. We let people loose. We leave them alone. But one thing we tell them is, you are totally free. Laissez-faire is an action to remember. It's a French word. That is to leave people alone to mind their business. If it is good for you, it is good for me too. What is good for the geese is good for the gander. You owe it to you, no one but to you. The idea of leadership is to allow people to be better than they are and allow them to manage their own affairs at their own time, space, and expense. This way, they develop a sense of responsibility and accountability. Look at Sri Lanka. The government makes empty promises to get elected. The people believe in those promises, and at the end of the day, when the effect of the hallucinogens are gone, they realize that there is no dough at the bottom of the pot. So the politicians go plundering the Tamils who have worked for generations to build a simple life. Is that fair? I am asking the world, is it fair? As business people, when we hire an associate, we do not tell them what to do. First day, of course, they invariably they come late. That is quite normal. Next day, we lock the door at 7:59 a.m. sharp. Our school system is like an old factory producing defective goods. And then they end up in our workshop to be rebuilt and refurbished. Once we start locking the doors, they come on time, right? Then these associates realize that they better get in early and ahead. We re-educate them. We are telling them the gravity train stopped and that they better get serious about their life. Once they are in, we treat people with complete respect and freedom and tell them to be the best at what they are. If there are 10 people, we expect every one of them to be different and to do whatever they are good at. End of the day, there are no managers, no supervisors. They are their own masters. This management style is the one that made 100 square miles of dry and arid peninsula called Jaffna in Sri Lanka into a cradle of prosperity and self-governance. We had our unwritten customary laws that kept us alive despite the invasion of barbarians from the south. I am proud to be a product of the tiny piece of real estate called Jaffna. Any questions? The era of government is over. The governments are bankrupt all over. Most of the third world countries are bankrupt. They do not know because they will be rescued for today. Look at Greece, Portugal, Ireland, Spain, etc. Here are the countries that are stable and solvent. Example, Japan, China, Belgium, Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, etc. There are about 20 countries. The rest of the world is bankrupt. At the end of the month, if you got more days left in your checkbook than dollars, you are deemed bankrupt. Then if the people with any savings they have lend you the money, they will be bankrupt too. If a guy cannot live within his means today, he ends up with a debt today, and the next day he starts with a negative balance. How could he pay for today and the debt of yesterday? Here is my take on stable people and nations. A country where the income is more than outgo and the assets more than liabilities. If you cannot afford to pay cash for your needs today, then you cannot have it. Borrowers come in Benzes and the lenders come in Chevrolets. The world has lent more than it can afford to lend, and the world has borrowed more than it can afford to pay back. The world is bankrupt. Who did it? Our politicians, who take from the haves and gave it to the indolent. They created a world of beggars who drive Benzes. So we have a human society that has been misled, and time to rescue it. We don't need managers. We don't need managers, leaders, mentors, and empowerers. What we need is freedom to people. I mean absolute freedom to people. Every man and woman should be absolutely free to conduct their life they are naturally endowed with. Therefore, it is time for people to take back their freedom, and the people who took it away to give it back. That's all we need. That is leadership to recognize the freedom of people. What the world needs today are visionary people who can guide the world slowly and steadily and allow it to evolve naturally. Allow it naturally and organically, and let the people discover life. So then the function of leaders are to define the mission, vision, and commitments, and for them to be honest, reliable, forthcoming, dedicated, and responsible people for their action. Responsibility breeds focused commitment, conviction, and conscience. When a nation is led by morally sound and responsible people, it becomes a great sanctuary for citizens. Leadership is not for the one that wins the race, but it is the quality that makes everyone a winner. Leadership is like the mother hen that is there when the chicken need her. Leadership is the art of giving away the power, power without power, one who gives away all the power yet remain reverent. Leadership is like carrying the entire burden but giving away all the benefits. Leadership is not about acting like a leader, but everyone accepts you as a leader. Leadership is about giving away all the power to the people and helping them to grow into leaders. Leadership is a multiplication process where you incubate and grow leaders within people. Leadership is about showing the pathway known to you, but give them the choice to follow or not. Leadership just being there like a symbol. Eyes closed, mouth shut, ears open. Empowerment is the most important part of any leadership. It is total alienation of one's power to the supreme will of the people that makes a sovereign nation sustainable. As the universe expands, it evolves and becomes pure intelligence. So then, we people are the terminals of the terminal buds of evolution. And when we evolve faster than the universe itself, it is what we call harnessing the universe's power. Let us focus on the Tamils. Tamils, in the background of the above said, did we ever had a proper leader? If he or she has not achieved anything for the community, then he or she is not the leader. Here is something good and bad of the Tamils. We are quick to criticize our own kind, but scared and slow to point out the fault in other communities. referring to our self-proclaimed leaders of Father Emmanuel, Rudrakumar, Surendran, Nadiyavan, and Sambandhan. My challenge to them is, I want them all to appear on a common platform and present their credentials, mission, vision, and commitment to the Tamil people, and let the people select the right one to lead the parade. We need these people to come into the limelight, express what is in their mind, and let the people come to know who they are, and let you lead them. As it is, you all are aloof, elusive, and invisible. In the first place, we want to know, why do you want to be a leader? Are you sure you know what you are talking about? Okay, then let's find out if you have the stomach and stamina to carry through your resolve. Father Emmanuel wrote several books, so I have some access to him. But others, who are you? There's a person called Nadiyavan or Jayachandran. Who is he? Why not he come out and present his credential to the people to judge him? As it is, they all want to be leaders in hiding and operate by remote control. To me, it also looked like a scam and sham, shoddy and shady operation. No wonder Mahinda Rajapaksa is gloating in glory. I was reading a book written by Father Emmanuel, and on one page, Father Emmanuel and Rudrakumar appearing together. But today, both are arch enemies. These guys are not for Tamil people, they are for themselves. Today, America is coming back ever so strong because it is not Barack Obama, but a nation that has the procedure in place to select the best and then elect the better than the best. Barack Obama is the manifestation of the American psyche and the system. We need one like that. We Tamils need one like that. Look at Sri Lanka. How do you select a leader? We do not. But a guy with a clique of criminals terrorize the people and take over the leadership. I am sorry to say this, Prabhakaran and Mahinda Rajapaksa are just the mirror images. Look, we are all our political leaders. They remain hidden, otherwise these criminals will kill them. Do Tamils have any leaders? No. Where are they all? Talk to any Tamil in private and they will tell you we kill them all. Where are all the Sinhalese leaders? Mahinda Rajapaksa kill them or will kill them all. Sri Lanka with so much of natural wealth, why is it so far behind? It is the only country in the world with a large amount of natural wealth. A country sitting on a stable bedrock like Japan, unlike Japan, so much of oil under the sea, seawater riches, environmentally selected brain power, yet they are either street prostitutes, Middle East goods, or menial workers. Who is responsible? We are. We are for electing the bad boys to the powerhouse. SWR Pandaranaika, Jayawardena, and Mahinda Rajapaksa are all crooks. What is modern leadership? It's about communication. That's all to it. It is communicating that we develop into great human beings. We listen and listen, which is 90% of communication. So then, why is America so strong? Because they promote a culture of freedom, liberty, equality, fraternity, openness, respect, and responsibility. This brings out the honesty in us and takes away our fear, deviousness, and craftiness, for we discover that freedom is the key to reclaiming fearful societies. That discovery has not percolated into several societies. Until such time they discover the power of freedom, they will have difficult time progressing. Look back 200 years and guess how many people in Europe could read and write except the religious establishment. Today there are countries with 98% literacy rate, that is 98% of people can read, write and speak at least one language. There are a large number of people with 2 languages and some with multilingual capacity. Today internet has revolutionized knowledge and most people are educated, so we can mind and manage our own affairs. Freedom has given women and children tremendous amount of knowledge. Freedom alone can increase knowledge tremendously, so we can lead ourselves. Only a leader can do this, to be part of an empowering team to share his 2 cents worth. Then What is the role of a head of an organization? The role is to combine the individual forces in the best way possible. To be the head of a nation, one has to be well educated and well experienced so that one can understand people. People must be willing to trust the head of an organization. So who in us can be the head? The man with the most positive qualities such as honesty, integrity. That's all, folks. As I always said, 70 million Tamils worldwide unite, stay together, work hard, and never ever give up. My name is Subramanian Maslamani, a world-class Tamil powered by convictions, commitments, and conscience.